If you went trick-or-treating as a child, there's not many feelings that match when you come home with a pile of sweet tooth delights. Did you have a favorite candy bar? Do you have a favorite candy bar still? Do you have a gooey goodness delight? For me, my two favorite go-to candy bars are Twix and Kit Kat. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Well, I'm thinking about today that this is my favorite time of the year, and it has nothing to do with candy bars, and it definitely has nothing to do with Halloween. The fall season is my favorite time of the year because it ushers in the holiday season. And the holiday season is a time of gratitude, it's a time of giving, and it's a time of receiving the gift of God's peace and joy, which fills us to overflowing. Peter said in 1 Peter 2:3, taste and see that the Lord is good. In Psalm 119:103, the writer says, how sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my lips. As I think about all God has done in our lives, as I think about spending time with Him, I want to have a childlike approach to my faith in the same way kids get excited about going trick or treating. This Sunday, millions of girls and boys will go door to door, knocking on doors to get a pillowcase full, a basket full of sweet tooth delights. And I want to have a sweet tooth faith, that I want to have a childlike heart and a sweet tooth faith, that I have the favorites when it comes to spending time with God, that there's something so special and sweet about God's presence. God's presence, being in His goodness, the feeling of it is just as real as biting into your favorite candy bar, and it's way better for you. So, may I knock on the door of your heart and ask some questions today about favorites? What is your favorite Bible verse? What is your favorite book in the Bible? For me, my favorite Bible verse is Galatians 2:20. My favorite book of the Bible is Philippians. Do you have a favorite place to spend quiet, alone time with God? What is something God has done in this recent season in answering a prayer? Has God answered a prayer for you in this recent season? Do you have a favorite worship song? Mine's Waymaker. And what is something God has done that is still unspeakably spectacular? That all these years later, you still can't believe it. You're still amazed. I want to encourage you, friend, that in this season, let's focus on those sweet places. As Psalm 84:11 tells us in song and poem, better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. The goodness of God is real. It's worth going gaga over. Let's celebrate and be filled with joy and the sweetness of His presence, the amazing truth of who He is and what He does in our lives. Have a great favorite time of year.